internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Hello, everybody. It's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear that new Honda manufacturing continues to go up, and you have new Hondas in stock now.
That's correct, Charlie. We have more than 40 new Hondas in stock right now. It's great that a customer can come in and buy a new Honda and drive it home that day. New Honda inventory keeps getting better each month.
Okay, then. How about used cars, Andy?
We have more than 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from right now, and a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in daily. We have just about every maker model you can imagine in any price range.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of snow and blowing snow, especially this morning. Otherwise cloudy and windy this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 23. Tonight, mainly cloudy and cold. We'll see a low of around 9. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies in the morning and a slight chance of snow in the afternoon. We'll see a high of around 33. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com. where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
If Ewers throws that ball to the front pylon, Texas might have tied that game up and had a chance to win it.
That moment right there, it's one of those moments that every young man dreams about. There's two outcomes in that moment. You're a gamer or you tense up.
You're a gamer or you're a goner.
Or you're a goner.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? Good afternoon. This is Old School coming at you live from 1040 O Street. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin on the ones and twos. The awesome threesome, as we like to call ourselves. We are brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese. Special Ingredients of Butcher Shop, located at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill. And it's every type of meat and every type of cut. Lot going on. Strick was blessing us with his goulash recipe of grits. So I don't know if you heard it, DP. It's quite the mix.
Yeah, I gave credit for some of that Southern Strickland Southern cooking. You can tell his family's got a little flavor in it that they
Oh,
brought.
Strick's from. Listen, my family's from Meridian, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Strick is from like Appalooka,
Opelika.
What?
Opelika.
Opelika,
Basically
Alabama.
Auburn.
Right,
Alabama.
His people from down there.
Yeah,
and
so you know they gotta do their thing.
Yeah. It you trust the recipes have been handed over. They weren't told. They were told and handed and shown in high repetition.
Yeah,
before it is given the family name.
Well, the thing is,
right, like there are a couple of grandmoms had to put the hand on
when you don't get the recipe written on like a notebook or however index card. It's actually index card. Until you pass the grandma taste test, the aunt taste test, auntie. Yep. And there's always two of them. One that's always gonna give you the say it tastes good. Then you're gonna go one that's the harshest critic. They act like they,
Oh, that's the uncle. That's your angry uncle.
Well, my uncles just say no, just cause.
Yeah. No, that ain't good enough. You ain't doing it.
Yeah, and so that's the way it is. Well, so we appreciate Strick on the crossover.
Couple of things, Jay, before we get in. One, sometime over this, you'll come up with a trivia.
I was just about to say that. Yep.
And then we're also going to give away vouchers to the Stars this weekend.
Okay.
All right. So we'll give a 4-pack away as well. So we'll have two trivia. It's a double W trivia. And then Austin, I'll let you be the thermostat, the thermometer for this one. You tell me whether it's. Are you old school?
This is old school. Am I old school?
Are you old school? Are you traditional, family based?
Oh, he traditional. I can even answer that
right?
for him. Austin is the epitome of tradition,
like old school, right? So here's what we're coming up with, because you have the early breakers, you have Raps Roadies and the Drive Fanatics. You have that you get the Captain and Black Shirt groupies, right? Through all of that, you got the on the block, right? You can go 1-on-1 with Strick. The shootout, the Strick shootout is its own thing, right? And so people are going to have, if they compete in the Strick shootout and they win, they'll get a shirt.
Ooh.
It says,
okay.
I beat Strick.
Outshot Strick.
I outstruck. We got it right. Well, the old school thing, I don't want them to have to win their way in. I want them to show their way in, because old school hats are going to be a thing, and you can't just give them to everybody. Ain't old school, right, Jay? Like, I'm not wrong. You don't want.
Yeah, you don't want it. We don't need no fakers, man. You got enough people like that. They're a bunch of.
Like some of the early breakers are actually early fakers.
They just up just because they just got to be up.
Right?
Yeah.
We know, some of Raph's roadies can be a little different.
Yeah. Raph and AD got their own.
Because you get farm folks, right? You get a lot of farm folks that I run into at ball games.
Yeah.
And they're all giants, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Raph is, I always go back to Game of Thrones. And if you guys look at when they had to break through the wall, they just had these enormous giants. That's Raph.
100%.
My man, every time I look at Raph, I'm like, damn.
Like we missed.
Like, I'm a big dude.
Missed it. Every scout missed Chris Raph.
That man had the latest growth spurt of all time.
Yeah, because he was playing quarterback.
Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is 6'4". Next thing you know, he left high school at 6'11". Number one recruit.
Like he was playing quarterback.
He went from Chris Raph went from safety to quarterback.
He went from safety to linebacker to
nose
left
guard.
tackle.
Yeah,
he went to left tackle.
Yeah,
and then
it was
like
Tony Baselli.
No, I'm gonna throw it. Like I can do that. So we're gonna come up with old school hats and shirts.
All right.
Right. Just legitimate. We'll figure out we're gonna give up 20 in the month of February.
Oh, that's perfect.
So we'll give away one every day, and you're gonna have to meet Foreman's.
Yeah, you gotta apply for it, man.
Right?
Yeah. We gotta apply for it. We can't have no chumps walking around with our stuff.
Right. So
it's a badge of honor, since we always take it home. Late.
We really
4 to
do.
6.
Look, the hardest thing in all of sports radio to do is
it's
to finish.
Close. Yeah,
that's the thing.
And we seen that last night,
right? Well, Jay, first,
Washington?
one final thing, Jay Foreman.
Okay.
What are we doing the second week of February?
Oh yeah. Listen, I don't do weeks.
He had to process it. He had to process
See,
it.
I do not. Well, you know what? When people say, "Hey, it's on the north side," or like you go north, look, bro, I'm not with all that.
Right.
I don't know how to do that. And when you start going past like the weeks in the month, like all that, especially February is always messed up.
Right.
Yeah, we're going down to Super Bowl, man.
We're going to Vegas. We're going to be there
Jake
for the
Sorensen
week,
is
right?
the most important thing is Jake Sorensen.
Are you going to Vegas? Or are you going to the Super Bowl? Are you going to the Super Bowl in Vegas?
All of the above.
Okay.
All of the above.
All of the above. Listen, this is.
I might not. I don't know, man.
This is a full celebration for our little station. The little folks in Lincoln, Nebraska, right?
I think I can. So the little train that could.
The train that could.
Yeah.
Getting the NFL and its top flight security of the world.
Yeah, they up their security since the last time I went.
Right? To say, you know what? We're going to let the ticket post up here all week long.
It might be the first and the last time because I think
with Jake Sorensen.
They'd be like, "Hey, who's this you got with you?" I said, the thing is, I'm gonna introduce Jake to Michael Irvin. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, he is going to lose.
That's the most. That's the best. If we could get Jake and Michael Irvin.
There's so much.
Who else is on that list?
Well, Jason Taylor. Dan Marino will be there. Marino will be there.
Marino will be there. Jason Taylor won't be there.
He will stalk Marino.
Yeah, Marino will be there.
He'll stalk Marino.
Jake has met Dan Marino before, so I'm sure Dan.
Was this story meeting Dan Marino as good as yours?
No.
Right?
No, and you know what? It'll be interesting to see if Dan Marino remembers. That's a long time ago. That was 35 years ago, 33 years ago at least. But it was one of the best moments that shaped me on how to. I wasn't a celebrity back then, but he was, and how all those guys dealt with being a celebrity, and they just were dudes. John Elway, and then they were talking about with Bubby Brister, Jim Kelly was there, and obviously Dan Marino, and they were just all there supporting Jim Kelly in his golf tournament, but they were all good dudes and good people. And then obviously me playing in Buffalo and Jim Kelly Bernie Kosar was there.
Is one of my favorite quarterbacks.
Yeah, and they all were good dudes. And obviously times have changed, and you always tell people that sometimes meeting your heroes can be the biggest letdown. And that's why I always try to be apprehensive about who you want to meet and try to meet and stuff like that, because I'd hate for people to be let down by some people that they look up to. And this, people are celebrity or not, you're not above having a bad day, but sometimes people go out of their way of being a-holes. But majority of those guys that I met were first-class dudes.
What's up, DPJ and Austin? Just introduce Jake as the Norwegian friend because he's so pale.
He's gonna have to go to the tan bed.
But I think he'll be red-faced most of the time. Like, I think he will be shy and embarrassed. And
he'll adjust his class. Hey, I'm Jake Sorensen. How are you?
Yeah, like it's gonna be.
I gotta teach Jake. You ever see that?
I picture Jake as Ryan from The Office. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
That's what I was saying. We got to get.
Yeah, we got to teach him a handshake.
We got to get Jake a little bit of soul in his handshake. We got to.
All that practice you've done with Nick.
And Nick still struggles.
He still struggles. Get to work with Jake.
I got a month to work with Jake.
Nick's a catcher. Like, he's got catcher hand.
Yeah.
Like his fingers ain't necessarily working.
Yeah, he has no flexibility in
right.
No pliability.
He doesn't have pudge hands. So we're gonna spend that week down there, just pulling interviews and joining shows from right there from the media center. We'll be right there on Media Row for the first time that I know of. The ticket will be down there. Had several conversations with the NFL about what we wanted to do, and they're proud of the fact that we're willing to commit to this thing.
Well,
right?
Well, sure. I mean, it's I went when I was up in Minnesota, and I would say that look, that was Philly against the Patriots, and it was at the Mall of America, and it obviously was much like this outside, so everything was done inside. So the media day on Tuesday is very interesting because that's where a lot of the deals get done. at the Super Bowl with the agents, you hear a lot of things that come out about a couple weeks later. You kind of start hearing about it like there, and then also you get to majority of the time get to meet people like they're all in a safe environment. Now some guys, still can't get over themselves, but like I talked about when I was in Minnesota, that's where I had a chance. I talked to Baker Mayfield for like 10 minutes. Yeah. Just caught him in the corner and we walked and did it. And then, like Spice Adams was up there, and that's what he was like, at the peak of his thing, doing his thing. Then I met like my dad is my favorite human, but my favorite running back has always been Eric Dickerson. Yeah. Got to meet him, so that was a big deal for me. Got to meet Rod Woodson, solid dude, even though he went to Purdue. And you get to meet some other guys like Steve Weiss will be there, who covered me in high school and covered my dad, and he's from north side of Minneapolis. He's a good human, and he does stuff for NFL Network and stuff like that. So it's always good to see guys that you see on TV up there. Sure, Rhett Lewis and stuff would be up there, and then they had like like Sway in the morning. They'll do those show up there, or at least they did. And then they have this thing that where they have the NFL experience, which is a cool deal, which was very eye opening because I did an autograph signing and you have a handler, right? Yeah. Which is weird. Like I never needed that.
Like you're a grown man, you handle it yourself.
Yeah. But the reason why they do it, and I've never seen anybody be this efficient when they do what they're doing. Yeah. Deion Sanders came in there. I mean, and when I say that he introduced himself for exactly 2 minutes, and there's 4 people in there, everybody got 30 seconds. He's engaged with you for 30 seconds, and he had it down to a T because it's business. And afterwards, he was like, look, bro, every minute has to be accounted for. I have to maximize every minute of the day.
And he knows it going in advance.
Right. And they know it too. And you know who else is like that? Joe Montana.
Yeah, I was going to say Montana, Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
Ray falls in that category of guys that really kind of move differently than everybody else. Now Brady is that way. And yeah. Brady will certainly be in Vegas for this. And then, of course, it depends on what teams end up making it.
Yeah, and that brings a lot of their alumni and different media personalities and stuff like that. And, one of the Super Bowls, or I think it was an NFL, like, media thing I went to where I realized how certain guys get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's very interesting.
All impressive, baby.
It's very interesting how things work, and it just
there's some politics to it.
There's more than politics.
Yeah,
to it. I mean,
man. There's some palm pressing. Yeah. There's some back slaps. There's some movement and otherwise. But that's here's
it's
the
just
thing.
all. It's just it's really the Super Bowl week is a week of its own, and the game is just
you exhale.
The game is like. All right, it's just the game.
And they get this. They gave us access to the locker room after the game.
I always told myself I'd never go to Super Bowl or make it. Listen.
Come on.
When you play for the Texans, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm in my prime. I'm in about year 7, 8. Yeah, it's probably not in my cards.
Right.
The best cards I had is like New England and called. I was willing to go for New England. I would have went to New England for a bologna sandwich. I literally would have.
Like it.
And it just didn't work out.
This was what was funny, right? Because the security clearance process of it is so detailed and so thorough. And you go through, okay, who's coming from the ticket? What are you planning to do? What are we looking at? Because you got to rent, you got to rent internet, you got to there's a full space, you got to rent, all that thing. But to have them, I'm just going to repeat this again for ticket fans that don't understand what we just did. To have the NFL take a non-NFL city radio station and give them full access from day one to the locker room, I will mark this one as one of the great upsets. Because there were reasons for them not to do it.
Right.
And I went, wow, okay, shoot the shot.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're probably trying to expand their bandwidth, and what do they got to lose, right? I mean, they're all, it's good, and they know that being down in Vegas is going to be a bigger thing. I will tell you one thing that was interesting to me when I did the autograph signing. They pick you up. It was funny. I think it was when it was at the stadium. I did another autograph signing, and an appearance. It was me and my dad. So they have you parking a lot, and then you get like in a limo type of car. And when you enter the parking lot and you park, you go through security. They put the thing underneath your car for dogs and everything. Then you get into like the SUV and they drive you to underneath the stadium. That's where they had those big old, they weren't even Hummers. They were like those big army trucks where they probably could have 60 people come out, like machine guns on top. I was like, dang, I didn't really understand the magnitude of it, because obviously I'd only been there, a few times. And in Houston, I was a player. So it was more or less, we were the home NFL team. We had no chance of making it, but did they give the players tickets? You got a pair, each player
you
can buy some. Yeah. When you're an active player.
Right.
And
most of those are bought and then resold. That's usually
corporate guys come in and buy them, or somebody has a deal. So, and a lot of that depends on who's in it. Patriots in it, and when they were in it, and big cities and stuff like that, probably brings a little bit more. So
yeah. Well, I mean, look.
Yeah. Congrats to the
Jay and Ahman are a big look. Listen, it's a big deal to continually put our talent in those highest spaces, and that's the mission, and that's the purpose. And well done.
Yeah, it'll be hey, a lot of things happening on a Tuesday after snow. Back to base after the snow, man. So, anyways, good first segment. Super Bowl news. We'll come back and we'll talk about the Michigan Wolverines, the national champs. Are they national champs or national chumps? Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of snow and blowing snow, especially this morning. Otherwise cloudy and windy this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 23. Tonight, mainly cloudy and cold. We'll see a low of around 9. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies in the morning, but a slight chance of snow in the afternoon. We'll see a high of around 33. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way. Start 2024 off on a high note by loading up on meat and more at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through January 9th is spend $40 and you'll get a free 14-ounce ribeye, limit of 3, and $1.50 off all KC Canning Company products. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
John Henry's would like to remind you, if you haven't already, to unhook your outdoor hoses and check faucets for leaks so your pipes don't freeze. As the official plumber of the Huskers, you know who to call when a plumbing issue arises. From frozen pipes to clogged drains, we can help you protect your home this winter. Give John Henry's a call today to schedule at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale now. Ticketmaster.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Hello, everybody. It's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear that new Honda manufacturing continues to go up, and you have new Hondas in stock now.
That's correct, Charlie. We have more than 40 new Hondas in stock right now. It's great that a customer can come in and buy a new Honda and drive it home that day. New Honda inventory keeps getting better each month.
Okay, then. How about used cars, Andy?
We have more than 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from right now, and a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in daily. We have just about every maker model you can imagine in any price range.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. Quick segment before we have the trivia, so I got to get my mind right. But last night, the national championship game, Washington Huskies against the Michigan Wolverines. Michigan ran for like 500 yards in the first half and then was pretty stymied, but I think they dominated the game early in from an offense and defensive line standpoint that I felt like Washington wasn't able to match. I was a little disappointed in Michael Penix Jr., his decision-making, but I think when you start off as slow as they did, led to Michigan dominating there. And what I mean by that is when Michigan's offense is actively out there just blowing through this Washington Husky defense, it doesn't just deflate the defense. It deflates the offense, and then it puts more pressure on them. So Michigan knew that they had to get up on Washington, and that was their game plan. And so they put a lot of energy, and everybody says that, that first 15 plays or whatever, the first drive or whatever, they did it the first 2 or 3 drives, and that's their game plan. I think one of the things that Washington didn't do was, if you watch their middle linebacker, I think he was number 10, he just submarined himself into number 60, Nugent, who probably is the best center in college football. And he was trying to be physical, and sometimes you could try to be physical, but actually do the wrong thing. I always say he had a lot of movement, but no progress. The way he was submarining himself was opening up the backside gap. Edwards and Blake Corum was just, they were averaging like 19 yards a carry at one point in time. I do think the refs, the lack of holding calls on Michigan on offense and defense was a very alarming, especially when they were at the point of attack. And it was when I knew the game was over when Washington had that 32-yard pass. They called a holding on Washington's offensive lineman, number 73. That was one of the few plays that he didn't hold. And they called that very quickly. Not saying that they wanted Michigan to win, but I think it's one of those things that where when you go back and watch the game, you're just like, oh, it's an overabundance of missed calls. But
it was over before kickoff.
Well, Michigan was the best. Michigan, listen, to be honest with you, I'm going to look at this season and this team in two different ways. You just take the players, and then you take, let's just say, the coaches and administration and separate it. So, like when we won, we're all for one. The players were the best team, and they're the national champion. Now, I would have probably liked to see them play Georgia, but the situation set forth, they beat everybody that they played, and they beat them to the tune of being the national champions. They are a national championship team players, right? As far as the coaches and the support staff and all that, they aren't. And that's just the way it is. Now, I feel bad for the players in the sense of they probably won't get the amount of respect that they probably feel that they deserve because they are such a good team.
Why, Jay? Why?
Well, I mean, look, man, your head coach is gone half the season for NCAA violations and, sign stealing / I don't know, cheating scandal or whatever. And that's not even done.
They cheated.
Yeah. I mean,
twice in several ways.
Yeah.
They cheated twice in several ways and got caught and lied about it. And.
The second one is more because I feel like that affects, and it has affected how they got here to the point where we're being a national champion. They're a really old team, a lot of guys came back, really good. They're really good players, but to continue to bring guys back and get them to come back for the bigger purpose, meaning the step-by-step process. If you did this by breaking a rule that already allows you to scout. So when you do it when you're egregiously and knowing you're breaking the rule, then that is cheating. So how does that affect how does 2 years ago affect now? Well, you beat Ohio State when you hadn't beat them, and you beat them pretty handily that first year. You double down on the next year, and you in the third this year you beat them again. So all the stuff that you've done, no matter what you say, all the intel that you've had on a team. So if I knew
it's already in the system,
it's already in your system, and you're already playing with a confidence level, and you're taking their confidence. And listen, Michigan's the best football team. Period. I'm just talking factual. If you don't think in the back of Washington's mind or Washington's players, they were wondering, then you just got your head in the sand. But at the end of the day, Michigan was the best team. And to be frank, I could probably say they're the best coach team, but they're the best talent.
You got to put coach in air quotes.
Right, but that's why I take it as two. I take the football team and how they played in one section. And then I take what I guess they did outside of the hours. I'll just say that just so you can separate the two different ways. That football team was a dang good football team.
Two questions for you. One, is this year's Michigan roster better than the roster from 4 years ago and 5 years ago when they had almost record-setting NFL draft players?
No.
Okay.
Right? Maybe quarter, maybe yeah, not overall, but yeah, that's hard to beat.
So,
that's hard to beat.
We get that. Listen, Michigan has always had talent.
Oh, I'm not saying they never had. Yeah,
them being good football players was never the issue.
Right.
What I know is when I give elite athletes a psychological advantage about knowing schematically, tendency, things that other people will never know about their opponents.
Right.
When I know that I give you that, then you should excel. Yeah. You should win. And listen, if I give you the cheat code in 2021 and 22 and 23 over how the elite teams that you face, right? Because we knew that Michigan wasn't worried about beating Rutgers or Maryland or otherwise. They knew they had 3 people to beat.
And scout Nebraska, though.
Right. Well, here's the thing, right? You scouted them because they gave you a scare here because you didn't follow what you put in play. And the players sneaked up and told them on it. Then listen, we didn't do some things that we normally do. Wait a minute, your playbook looked the same. You mean the other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You did. Right. No, listen, this is so systematically cheating that whatever, if you're giving the best players in the country another advantage, a substantial psychological and knowledge, IQ advantage, then I don't care about how good. See, there are going to be some players who go to the league based on what they did last night. And guess what? It ain't going to work.
Right. Yeah.
It ain't going to work, and it's not going to be there. So it's fool's gold to go through and say, you know what? I don't care if they had the most talent. They've had the most talent, and they're in the top 5 when it comes to talent. They have been for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
That's never
Michigan,
the thing.
Yeah, Michigan is never going to hurt for talent. I guess the only thing that was a little bit disappointing is the best thing is Jim Harbaugh said, we are innocent. Bruh, listen, the worst thing you could say is you're innocent. Just say, listen, we've made some mistakes. We've overcame the mistakes. You've obviously paid for the mistakes, right? The Big Ten has said you only had to miss 3 games. They did you a favor. And just say, you know what? But ultimately, I want to focus on this team and the great job they did all year of, battling some odds and all that. And if you left it at that, it's not as bad. But when you try to say that you didn't do anything wrong, like Jim, like you can't, because if you know Jim Harbaugh, he's paranoid. 99.9% of head coaches in college football and basketball are paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
They're paranoid about everything.
Mm-hmm.
They're paranoid about who's been at practice, who said what they saw at practice, and 99% of the time, nobody even cares. They just want to be happy to be there. But Jim Harbaugh is at another level. He's always been like that. So, yeah, he knew. He's not going to admit it, but I think at this point, I think what they did was, and I'd be willing to bet a lot of people would do it, because here's in another whole sport where we talked about this, where the PGA Tour and the whole live thing, what's your price, right? Everybody has a price. Everybody has a price within, whether it's within reason or astronomical price. They made a conscious effort, the powers that be, that they were willing to pay a price to get over a hump to beat Ohio State and become a national champion. Now, it also coincided with, like I said, is a cannibalization of Nick Saban's staff that got spread out throughout the whole country, and Ryan Day dropping the ball on the toughness that Urban Meyer had built at Ohio State. And here's why. The first year when Ryan Day had it's just all you're doing is just dealing with the overflow. When he changed the identity of Ohio State to become more flash and dash, that's when Michigan got tougher. So then you change your identity. So we don't have to be like Ohio State. We got to be tougher than them. And then now we got an advantage.
We just like Ohio State, only dirtier.
Well, that's what they just doubled down on what they did, and then they got better at it, and they end up at national champions. So look, they aren't the first, they aren't the last. I mean, you have people that paid for players and all that, and it's just you just move on. I don't think it'll be as celebrated as
enjoy
normal
it this year, because next year when you're under suspension and you lose some scholarships.
Well, we're going to talk about that with the ramifications of it, because we are all going to have to answer to who we think or where we think Jim is. Like, remember, where's Waldo?
Yep.
Where will Jim Harbaugh be?
I know where it better not be.
Where he'll be, where he'll end up this year. And it'll be interesting to see when it happens. And I'm assuming it's going to be pretty quick. So
I'm going to cry.
Anyways, we're going I don't think he won't be there. He is not going to Chocolate State. Anyways, when we're going to go to break, come back, we'll have the trivia question for the $15 gift card to Upside Bar and Lounge. And then we'll have another trivia question in the 5 o'clock hour for Stars tickets this weekend. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, DP, Old School. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Start 2024 off on a high note by loading up on meat and more at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through January 9th is spend $40 and you'll get a free 14-ounce ribeye, limit of 3, and $1.50 off all KC Canning Company products. Plus, don't forget there are 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons, spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons. Football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com. where they're committed to you every step of the way.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of snow and blowing snow, especially this morning. Otherwise cloudy and windy this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 23. Tonight, mainly cloudy and cold. We'll see a low of around 9. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies in the morning and a slight chance of snow in the afternoon. We'll see a high of around 33. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Quick segment, couple minutes here, then we're going to get back on track. 5 o'clock hour coming up here shortly, but it is trivia time.
Let's go.
I've made it to where it's the easiest trivia question of all time. So here is the trivia question.
Okay.
What team has the most rushing yards in college football playoff championship history?
Okay.
What team in the era of college CFP,
dating back to
2014 to present, has the most rushing yards? You're thinking about all those great Alabama teams, Eddie Lacy and all them. Everybody who has the most rushing yards in college football playoff history. First texter will get it. They will get you will get $15 gift certificate to Upside Bar and Lounge. They have fight night weekend and drink specials all weekend long. Great atmosphere, great people, great food, and you get to start $15 ahead if you win.
Yeah,
so
you get a running start.
Yeah, you get a running start. You're playing with house money. So text in. We will see who's the winner. We are going to take a break and come back. We'll announce the winner. And then we're going to jump into some NFL stuff. There's a lot going on. There's a little about face change over there in D-Town in Denver, not Detroit. Denver, we got the playoffs coming up. We're going to evaluate who's in and who's out as far as injuries. But then also,
these guesses are all over the place.
The Tennessee Titans
They're
made
all
a
over
huge
the place.
decision. So we'll see. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start 2024 off on a high note by loading up on meat and more at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through January 9th is spend $40 and you'll get a free 14-ounce ribeye, limit of 3, and $1.50 off all KC Canning Company products. Plus, don't forget there are 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of snow and blowing snow, especially this morning. Otherwise cloudy and windy this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 23. Tonight, mainly cloudy and cold. We'll see a low of around 9. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies in the morning, then a slight chance of snow in the afternoon. We'll see a high of around 33. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln. January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale now. Ticketmaster.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, 5 o'clock hour. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We are brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese and Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. The results of the trivia is not in. It is the easiest question.
Yeah, you hooked
time.
him up.
Yeah.
You hooked him up with one.
It's a straight layup. Don't fumble.
Repeat
Don't
the question. Repeat
listen
the question.
right here. What team in the college football playoff era since 2014 in the championship game had the most rushing yards in the history of the championship game? Again, what team in the college football playoff championship game had the most rushing yards in a game ever?
Hate to say that Nebraska and Florida was not
2014.
2014. Not in. That was not it.
There it is.
Yeah.
We finally got a winner.
Yeah.
Unknown caller 4774.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
The answer is Michigan.
Yeah.
Last night, 303 yards, which
Yeah.
280 of them came in the first half.
And 2 runners over 100
Yeah.
and 2
and
touchdowns.
a quarterback that
both.
ran for 50 just because he felt like he wasn't getting in on action. So
Yeah.
and they brought in a running quarterback, which hadn't thrown a pass over 5 yards all year, and somehow Washington decided to let him run wild. So
Yeah.
to the tune of 303 yards. Unknown texter, 4774. Congratulations.
What's more impressive, the 300 yards or the 8 yards per carry?
Consistency.
Just 8 yards per carry.
Yeah.
Well, and it's kind of Washington will feel like, okay, well, if we could have played the way we did in the second half and the first half, but dude, you just came out and just couldn't get off a block.
You got moved. Yeah, you got moved.
It wasn't even that. They just couldn't get off a block. They couldn't diagnose plays. They looked like they were out there just catching instead of firing. And that's the experience of Michigan has being in the college football playoffs for the third year in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And then also playing for all the marbles.
So shout out to Craig. That's who our winner is.
Congratulations, Craig.
Shout out to Magic too. Our dude Magic he rolled in. Magic is one of the coolest people in Lincoln. Constantly supports the station. Constantly shows up. Constantly has something good and positive to add. Helps take care of the student athletes by making donations.
Yes, he does.
Magic,
the Magic Man.
Yeah, Magic. Shout out, brother. Like that. We have our family, our ticket family. I do not ever want them to go unappreciated. So, Magic, thank you for who you are and what you do, bro.
We got to touch on it a little bit yesterday. It was Black Monday yesterday. Now it's not stopped, and I'm sure this decision was made yesterday. Another firing in the NFL, and I think it was a mutual agreement. I think Mike Vrabel he wasn't fired, but I think they just mutually agreed to part ways in Tennessee, which is huge because what Tennessee was trying to do is trade Mike Vrabel. So that lets you know that he has a lot of value as far as in respect in the coaching atmosphere and, through, other franchises that are looking to replace their head coaches that they've recently relieved of their duties. And this comes after Atlanta had fired Arthur Smith, who came to Atlanta from the Tennessee Titans. Obviously, the Commanders let their coach go. And the Raiders have an interim coach, and there's going to be plenty more. I don't think that the firings are done.
No.
I think there's always one surprising. I guess you could say Vrabel is a little bit surprising, but when they brought in Rand Carthon as the new GM, I wouldn't say the clock is ticking because with Vrabel, he's appealing to a present GM that's sitting there or a new one that comes in because you know what you're getting. You're going to get a well-coached, tough football team. Still had Derrick Henry. He did, the quarterback thing with Ryan Tannehill, and then you had Levis come in. I think they felt like they had a young, stud quarterback in Levis. They lost receivers. They let A.J. Brown go for essentially a bag of peanuts to Philly, and then they drafted Burks, and he hasn't hit yet. DeAndre Hopkins showed some flashes, but was hurt in and out, but he was pretty good. And they have been decimated by retirement and age in the offense and defensive line, and that's what made them. That was their kryptonite to Kansas City.
Is this all? And this is why I booed when you mentioned Tennessee making changes. The Vrabel thing leads me. Again,
I wasn't happy about it.
Right? It's the thread to the sweater, right? That I think. I guess the question is, Vrabel the sweater, or is he just the string leading to the total dismantling of Derrick Henry, Tannehill, all the old school folks being out the door? Is this the new rebirth? You're just going to pull all the yarn until it's just a ball and then you rebuild a sweater? Or is this just a thing that allows you to reset?
I think this is
right? Because Derrick Henry was literally
talking
about, hey, this may be the end for me.
Here. But I consider what's happening with the Commanders, that's a full blow-up session. Even though it was done before when Daniel Snyder had to hire actually qualified people in certain positions. Mm-hmm. You have a new owner. Mm-hmm. That's going to be full blow-up. With the new GM, this is a mini blow-up. This is where you're going to get rid of or iconic players who still have a lot of tread on. Derrick Henry he already let you know he is a running back one.
If he's in Buffalo next year, I'm going to protest.
Why?
He's going to be in Buffalo next year.
But why would you protest? You should
Because
be
it's
happy.
too easy. It's too easy.
Stop with the haterade. We haven't even got there yet. This is a mini blow up, and what's going to happen is
you see him already stitching up the Derrick Henry number 2 jersey in Buffalo.
Just flip the 55 around.
Yeah.
Right, like it's just,
and I'd be covering those games. Me and King Henry would be doing it. I wouldn't work out with them, but we'd be up there. This is a mini blow up. You're getting rid of a iconic player in Derrick Henry, Hall of Fame player. You're getting rid of I wouldn't say iconic coach, but a coach in your in this recent history that's a pretty hefty personality that really settled the Tennessee Titans down. You had the way, I think Taylor Lewan, even the last year he played, really wasn't trying to play, but he was just jettisoned. Remember they had the thing where they put the trash bag at his house. And some of those players, you still got Jonathan Simmons, but listen where it was when I knew things were going sideways. When they let Bird go to Philly for essentially, a 3-time All-Pro,
rocks,
a 5-time Pro Bowler for like a 6th-round pick on a media dump day where it was like, oh,
a bag of Skittles.
We traded our only defensive player besides Simmons with any type of value for nothing. And so that lets you know, and that put shockwaves through the locker room. And I will say Mike Vrabel isn't absolved from criticism. He has been right in lock and step there with the previous GM. I think it was Schneider, where he had a lot of say-so in who they drafted, who they signed. I think Schneider had the cap control, but then also had the final say. But you bring in a new GM that wants to do it his way and probably wants his guy, and they're thinking, okay, if we bring back Derrick Henry in year 9 and so forth and so on, we're gonna have to pay premium. They're gonna get rid of Ryan Tannehill and that huge salary cap and Derrick Henry, and then you already get rid of Bird on defense. The left is Simmons. Everybody else is kind of on a real cap friendly deal, so they feel like they're gonna be able to get back into the whole free agent thing. Who else? Go from there.
What other teams have the full directional change? Right? Let me give you a few. Atlanta is the first one that comes to mind, where a coach and a star player at either quarterback, running back, or receiver has to happen at a high level. So you got to make a move in the draft.
Atlanta, you mean?
Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta can stay pat because they're drafting high enough. They're going to get a supposed franchise quarterback. They have everything else.
Well, but they screwed that up the last 2 times they had to draft a franchise quarterback. Like since Matt Ryan, they haven't excelled at actually picking.
Well, they've tried to draft and sign bargain. They're gonna be up there.
New York Football Giants, change or no?
They can't. They can't change the quarterback.
That Daniel Jones really, you're just married to him and you got to
at least for another year. Wow. But they just gave him his $40 million a year, right?
Yeah, it's New England.
Okay.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Commanders.
We'll see about Chicago. Commanders.
Yeah. And Chicago,
Arizona,
Chicago
up in the air.
Doesn't Minnesota have to really reassess? Because if Kurt leaves,
Kurt's not going there. He said that last night that he would be open. Essentially what he said: I've broke bread with the NFL long enough. I like it here, and I'm willing to give you a hometown discount. Meaning, my family's comfortable here. Justin Jefferson loves me. Just don't disrespect me with your offer. Now,
that's both ends of the spectrum. Because just tell me what your number is, Kurt. If you're going to say that, there is a number that's disrespectful.
But for what Kurt is where he's at, absence has made the heart grow fonder. You've seen that with Mullins, Dobbs, and the head coach. Atlanta and Chicago potentially are tied together. Atlanta can remedy this by trading for Justin Fields. Chicago is just going to do Chicago things. They never had a franchise quarterback, so it doesn't matter who goes there. So you're getting a guy with franchise quarterback potential back home with a plethora of weapons and a young, fast defense and some salary cap room. If I'm Justin Fields, I'm talking to my agent, get it done. Matter of fact, I might start acting a fool. You might not have checked last night.
You see him at the club? You see him at the club?
No. Do what Kyler Murray did. take them off your Instagram and do all that stuff and force a trade. Arizona Cardinals committed to Pocket Hercules to 2024. That doesn't mean they can't draft a quarterback.
Can't you make that like this is where Jay, this is where the weird DP brain works. Why wouldn't if you think that your guy is talented, he's just not being productive here, right? And you have eyes on another dude. If you're Arizona and Chicago, do you talk about, hey, can we just
No, well, Arizona
Arizona
is locked in salary cap wise. So even if they trade him, there's going to be, it'd be like you'd have the remnants of Kyler Murray would be your bad case of hemorrhoids and your salary cap. And they feel like they saw some progress to him.
But wouldn't they get excited about having him in Chicago?
No.
And Justin Fields going to Arizona and creating more of a buzz?
They would do the same. It would be just, that would be a lateral move.
Okay.
Atlanta, Justin Fields needs Atlanta. Atlanta needs Justin Fields. The Commanders needs Justin Fields. Justin Fields needs the Commanders. Kyler Murray doesn't. Chicago, if they start over, because they're probably going to have a new GM.
You got me. You got me moving now. So I'll ask you both. If Justin Field was the Commanders' quarterback this year, what would their record have been?
Whew.
They won 4 games this year.
They won. They would have been. They would have been playing for a playoff game. They would have been at the very at the.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
They would have been in.
They win 2 more games.
Right, to move myself from it. Right, that's what I'm trying to do.
Here's what you're missing. Is it Justin Fields on the Commanders without them blowing up the defense? You got to think.
Yeah, he keeps Chase Young is still there.
And Sweat, right? Because Sweat had 14 sacks.
Yeah.
So
first player in NFL history to lead 2 separate teams in sacks in the season.
So you traded your best defense.
You understand why I'm mad? Like you understand you
who's more mad, you or Jonathan Allen with the do-rag on, silk shirt open, and sunglasses, or you?
Look, I was feeling this pain before Jonathan Allen was born. Listen,
but he's living it though.
Listen, he living it.
Yeah.
He living it. I'm still a part of me wants to see Jonathan Allen line up at tight end and fix a whole lot of things. Because he's still the best high school tight end I ever saw.
Yeah.
That dude, imagine that dude running seam routes to some 200-pound safety.
Yeah.
trying to reassess his life.
Nick Saban said,
you know what? Choices.
You look awful good putting on about 20 pounds and being a unstoppable force as a defensive tackle.
He ran a 4.57 40 at 260 pounds.
Yeah.
Jay!
And he ran like a 4.75 at 310 pounds. That's why he's unstoppable.
Listen, it was not fair. So listen, everything that the Commanders can do, they do wrong. And that's why I'm just like, okay, I'm still in the portal. No, I don't have the Panthers don't deserve me to love them that way.
They got their quarterback.
But Tepper's, as long as
he did fire their GM, though. He let you know he's not staying pat. He fires. Listen, one thing Tepper gonna do, he gonna fire somebody every year. It could be the cook, the dude, the parking assistant. Somebody got to roll.
Hey, bro, be the man in the mirror and fire yourself. Look what Michael told him. Start with the dude in the mirror,
hey.
Tepper. Like, just, hey, man, handle
my
the
food
checkbook.
cold. You
handle
gone.
The checkbook.
I got my air light came on my tire.
Don't go to road games. Stay off the private charter.
Yeah, that's who he's firing next year is the Jaguars attendant who didn't give him enough ice cubes.
Right, like he's firing other people's employees.
He don't care.
So, and then I thought, as my younger brother reminded me, that I spent 6 months in the Ravens camp and that they have not offended me.
So you're Raven.
Well, here's the thing. I thought about it, except the way they treated Lamar
is an afterthought now.
Was just, well, no, it's not. Because if you're not smart enough to know
it's an afterthought
that Lamar Jackson is your franchise.
They knew at a certain price, and Ozzie Newsome is keeping everything business. It is not even thought of anymore.
Jay Foreman. Okay, so they're the Baltimore Foreman,
mm-hmm.
right? So
I would have paid Lamar.
So you got as a matter of fact, it's you, your dad, your uncles. They are all sitting in the executive suite,
mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Listen, we need to figure out what to do with Lamar." right? I'm pretty sure that the fighting Foremans would have said, hey, Lamar, come talk to us. Write your number down on a piece of paper, bro, and let's never have this conversation again. Let's go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, within reason.
Right?
The problem is Lamar wanted the Ravens to be stupid like the Browns and give $250 million. Now, he was right in the sense of he's a better and more established player today than Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
The market didn't to adhere to that. Then they finally got to it. I think the Ravens handled it wrong by essentially every phone call that they received was like, all right, we're going to sign him back. Don't waste your time. So it kind of pigeonholed Lamar. Then Lamar was smart where he took a stand, right? And he put him on blast. And then things started moving. And I said it when in old school, even back when we were back at 40th and O Street. He'll end up at the Ravens. The Ravens just have to up their price enough to where it's tolerable. Now, what
MVP again, except with two entirely different rosters.
Right. But what they did, the biggest thing was Munchin coming from Georgia. That's the biggest thing. And number two, they have health and talent and true talent at the receivers position. And they're healthy up front. And that young defense has finally came to fruition. Patrick Queen is playing, and he's benefiting off of Roquan Smith being in the middle, which has allowed him to be in the run and chase position. So you have your cover linebacker, and then you have arguably the best middle linebacker, or one of them in the league. It was Fred Warner and himself, and a couple other dudes.
Zaire Franklin,
sure.
Well, that's your five, right?
Yeah, that's a couple of them. Zaire Franklin is suspected.
Well, no, but this is where Austin, you just did a thing, right? This is where you have to get the Foreman 5. Like, I know he likes to do 7, but the Foreman 5, the Foreman 4 is too easy. Too tough. The Foreman 5, middle linebacker, right? Foreman Academy, you get the
Fred Warner's number 1.
Okay.
Roquan Smith is, let's just say, in there, number 2.
Okay.
Man. Bobby Wagner is still up there.
Okay.
So he's probably like 4.
Okay.
Woo. Oh, man, I will probably put. No, you got me really thinking.
Yeah, I mean,
you got me really thinking.
Because
I think Zaire.
Levante's still playing.
He's not middle.
See, our fans.
He's not. He's not
interior.
He's interior. If not Levante David would be in there. Then you could be putting Patrick Queen in there. I'd probably put Zaire Alexander in there for what he does in there.
Who from Buffalo is the force for us?
Milano, but he's been out all year.
Okay.
So he would be in there if he was healthy.
See, that's what
there's not really a lot. And then you know what? 57 from the 49ers would be in there. Him and Warner, they both inside linebackers. They are just flat out destroyers.
And interchangeable.
And they're interchangeable. And they look like two twins. I mean, obviously they just.
That's Greenlaw, right?
Greenlaw. They are for real.
Yeah, he's different.
Yeah, he's angry. He's an angry one.
Yeah, he's different.
I think if you have Greenlaw on Philly doesn't have the slide right now. And do not be surprised if Philly falls on their face this year. That they make a move at head coach, because here's what a lot of these young head coaches don't really realize, and this is what the Cardinals head coach, and I think this is what Indianapolis head coach came to terms with, and they all came from Philly. That abrasive, in your face, run your mouth type of stuff only is tolerable when you win, right? So think Nick Sirianni last year, everybody liked it. Supposed to be competitive.
He's a Philly guy.
Tough.
He
grew up like with 6 brothers and all that other stuff. They played Nerf basketball.
Where's Dave Delco? Come tell me what.
But when you lose with that type of roster in Philly, then you become the target. When you come to Arizona and don't know who Budda Baker is, you become the target, right? Indianapolis is a little bit different, but when the handling of Shaq Leonard, the Indianapolis coach probably did the best job he could. That came from up there, and it was some of Shaq Leonard's, problems as well. But you put that target on you real quick.
Well, with Shaq Leonard and Jonathan Taylor.
The Jonathan Taylor, I think, was more Irsay. So,
which is the difference between the Colts playing this weekend and not? the handling of Jonathan Taylor from a distraction standpoint.
In the offseason, yeah.
Right? And the emotional wear and tear and the question and all the conversations that you allow your team to have that had nothing
and
to
you
do
got
with
back to the same result either.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing what you're talking about Lamar Jackson, but I think there's always one surprising firing. Now, the biggest question will be, and we can cover it in the next segment, what's going to happen with Bill Belichick and what's going to happen or what Jim Harbaugh is going to decide. It's got to be quick, dude. You can't play. I mean, because Michigan, they probably have their in-house coach, and he fits Michigan, right? Sharon Moore.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh, do you want to go out on top and leave all that stuff behind, or do you want to continue to answer questions with a depleted roster? Because you do not have that same roster coming back.
And there's also another question. When Harbaugh leaves, Moore steps up, moves up. Does he? Because they're about to get hit. They're about to get the paddle. And if you're Moore, do you want to walk into that situation for the first 3 years of you running a program?
I think he does, because when you watch his interviews,
right?
He don't know no better. He's in that. He's like the dude is stuck in Get Out and said he don't want to get out.
Just one tear rolling down
right,
his face.
and he's fine being that dude.
Oh,
that
is so sad.
Sharon Moore is definitely a Michigan guy, and you know what? He's a good coach. He really is a great offensive line coach, and he's done a really good job stepping up. And personality issues are, you can put that to the side. He's a really good coach, and he fits Michigan. Jim Harbaugh has got to make a decision that he can't celebrate no more.
Soon.
Right. Because the playoffs are here, and so is decision making. So we're going to go to a break, come back. Bill Belichick and Jim Harbaugh. Imagine those two hands, the personalities of these guys about to play each other.
Belichick would beat him up.
Bill Belichick has not missed a day on bench press in 45 years.
Yeah, he would beat him up.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting. Anyways, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, we'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and Jay on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. Start 2024 off on a high note by loading up on meat and more at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through January 9th is spend $40 and you'll get a free 14-ounce ribeye, limit of 3, and $1.50 off all KC Canning Company products. Plus, don't forget there are 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale now. Ticketmaster.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Coppell. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Coppell. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at coppellcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G20766.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of snow and blowing snow, especially this morning. Otherwise cloudy and windy this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 23. Tonight, mainly cloudy and cold. We'll see a low of around 9. And tomorrow, most sunny skies in the morning and a slight chance of snow in the afternoon. We'll see a high of around 33. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
And you played in Columbus, dog. They ain't won nothing in high school. Anyways, we're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, old school. Continuation of the NFL talk. Since we are on the day after, or night after, of the national championship, it might be the worst kept secret that Jim Harbaugh is going to entertain, in air quotes, NFL offers or NFL discussions. First question to my two partners. Do you think he will be engaged into deep discussions with NFL teams / take a job? Or is this another, I need my ego massaged and I'll eventually sign the contract that I have to handwrite that I will not, go to the NFL? What do you think, Austin?
I think if Jim Harbaugh still needs his ego stroked at this point, he's beyond help. Like, what more?
Does he look like somebody that's beyond help? Yes.
He does. It's true. Yes. If he was truly a Michigan man that was in it for Michigan, and that's where he wanted to be, the contract would be signed already. He would have made a big show, made a big statement about saying, I'm here to stay, first of many, something like that last night. He didn't. He's gone.
DP?
Remember the movie History of the World? History of the World. There's a scene where they have to pay tribute to the emperor, and it's Dom DeLuise. And they offer him gold, and he, it's good. Not great, but good. They offer him prizes. They offer him everything. And he doesn't get excited until he gets to scream two of my favorite words. Treasure bath! Treasure bath! So he will get into a tub and they will just pour gold over him. They will pour gold coins over him and he will rub them all over his body and giggle like a child. That's Harbaugh right now.
Right.
Like the only way at this point now, he gets to literally write his own check and choose where he's going to be and who he does business with. And the thing about college athletics at the elite level is the coach will tell you, the one thing that I don't like dealing with is the thing that moves me on. And
right.
You don't want to be evaluated. You don't want to be checked. Imagine trying to be Jim Harbaugh's boss at Michigan right now.
He seems to be okay with it since he won a national championship.
But so if you're the athletic director at one of the 10 most prominent universities and athletic departments in the country, and you don't have the power of the head coach, there's always an unnatural friction that exists, especially when it becomes check writing time. Because Jim Harbaugh can look his best friend. If that's his best friend, he can look this square in the face and just go, nope, not enough. It's like, dude, you know this is enough, right? Don't care. This ain't enough. And then friction starts to happen. That's what's happening now. It's treasure bath time for Jim Harbaugh. And somebody is going to give him all the gold.
Do you think he's already signed the contract and he just hasn't been announced?
No.
I can see Jim Harbaugh doing that. I signed it 4 weeks ago
when I was on my break. They're all still talking. Like all the
just because he signed it doesn't mean he can't take an NFL deal.
If you're the Chicago Bears,
it's not happening. Kevin Warren is not going to. That will never work.
Right. If you're the Chicago Bears, then if you're the Atlanta Falcons, where you have such a need for a star in Atlanta, in a transient town that needs it.
Yeah.
If you're in Washington and your ability to play politics holds the job together and holds the city together, like it's absolutely necessary. And who better to work in that space than King Snake?
What if what if I told you Harbaugh in Philly?
Well, it makes sense, except for the fact that Philly.
He wouldn't do well with Philly with the criticism.
The Philly media is
right
a different
now
monster.
It's probably the Chargers and a dark horse, the Raiders. Chicago's always going to be.
I think the Patriots are in play.
Chicago will always be in play. Patriots as well, but offloading Belichick is not going to be an easy process. He already told you yesterday it's not going to be an easy process. He said, "I'm working until I'm told something different." And with Belichick, even though they're losing, everybody in there is a Belichick guy. So that means you're not only cleaning out the scouting department, the decision makers, the coaches, everybody's gone.
And that's why I think Vrabel to New England makes a lot of sense. But if they want to get rid of all the Belichick guys, do they go get a Belichick guy to replace him?
I think what's going to end up happening.
I thought Vrabel to New England was a done deal. I thought it was a done deal. There was no reason. There's zero reason for that not to be the case. There's literally nobody else in the space that makes as much sense.
Yeah, easy sense.
Right.
But that means that Robert Kraft has to, like he woke up and said, I have to get rid of Bill Belichick. I don't think they're at that point. I think there is rumblings that Bill Belichick has maybe, lost his eye for talent or whatever. I can see them running it back one more year because he could potentially pass Don Shula as a Patriots head coach. And Scott Pioli, and of course, your boy Josh McDaniels comes back as offensive coordinator for the 85th time, and they run it back.
Do they run it back with Mac Jones, though?
No.
If they bring back it's up to them.
If McDaniels is the OC, Mac Jones is the starting quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
If Jay Foreman is the GM, is Mac Jones your quarterback?
I don't know, because I feel like Mac Jones and some of those in his position. How do you make a Pro Bowl? Then you all of a sudden go to garbage. Well,
Patricia,
you're right. You hire a defensive coordinator who's never called plays, doesn't even have an offensive background to be an offensive coordinator. If you ever want to just write the book on how to screw a guy out of an NFL career, it's him. I think Mac Jones is, on the same level of even, say like a Justin Fields or a Jordan Love? No, but I think he's close enough to be very productive in the Patriots system because he comes from a winning organization in kind of a Patriots college version in Alabama. You know what he's made of. You drafted him in the first round. He was productive. You have not given him a legitimate offensive threat and a offensive line that has been put duct tape together and has been decimated by injuries, and a defense that you have essentially not, catered to, which made New England a stalwart. Remember the year they led the NFL in sacks and one of the best defenses. Well, you were able to dictate what the opposing offense or opposing defense could do based on what your defense did.
Whatever you're doing, there's a problem. And
Bill Belichick, here's where Bill Belichick made it hard. Bill Belichick he's never candid after a season, except for when they win the Super Bowl. You have to be, right? There is no more, next week we're only worried about Buffalo or whatever. He said that he would be willing and open. This is where you guys don't give Bill Belichick enough credit. He is playing chess when people are playing checkers. He said, listen, I'm going to make this so hard on you, you ain't going to sleep, Robert Kraft. You ain't going to want to go down to Florida no more. You're going to be here in New England with me, and I'm going to make you look me in the eye, the greatest NFL coach of all time, 6 Super Bowls, and fire me. Because he said that I'm willing to give up decision-making responsibilities, and that means he's not going to be the GM anymore as long as I can coach. After 24 years.
But do you believe that?
Oh, yeah. Because what he wants you to do, he's making you be the bad guy. Right now, Bill Belichick is past his prime. He's washed up. He's the bad guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's screwed over Mac Jones. And guess who's going to have a target on his back? Oh, Robert Kraft. Because whoever comes in here is going to be just the coach. So now they're going to get compared as a coach only to Bill Belichick. It's a no-win situation.
I just think no matter what happens, if you're the GM there, you're still got to deal with Bill Belichick.
True, but that is true. Yeah. But right now, today, Bill Belichick is playing chess, and everybody else is playing checkers. Now, where does Bill Belichick go? If Dallas doesn't make a run, he's in Dallas. If Dallas doesn't make a run, don't think Jerry Jones won't go get Jim Harbaugh. Don't think, because you got to think Jim Harbaugh can take a team like San Francisco and take them all the way to the Super Bowl, and they are just one power outage when they were destroying the Ravens to being Super Bowl champions. You got to think. He was going against his brother. They had total control of that game. Total control of that game. Power outage down in Atlanta. That's why Jim Harbaugh ain't going back to Atlanta. He's got some bad memories. And he wouldn't mix into Atlanta. Washington, not so much.
No.
But that San Diego job, and he has, San Diego ties, I could see him being there. And it's a little bit off the beaten path because you're playing second fiddle to the Rams. And you have a quarterback. And also, if they get rid of, which I would hate for him to do, is Keenan Allen. You can get rid of Williams because he's injury prone. You have draft capital. You would have to rework that defense because Bosa and Mac. But you can trade Mac right now, who is second in the league in sacks. Get some draft capital. That's exactly the playbook that he did with San Francisco. But you have that quarterback that he probably likes.
There's so much. This is going to be chaos, and there's so much money being thrown around.
Well, the money's always going to be there. It's more or less, this is going to be a historic season.
Where do you want Harbaugh to go? Can I ask you, because that will tell me more about
I would probably
Belichick. That'll tell me, because
Belichick can go anywhere.
Like, I want chaos because people will do traditionally what they've always done. You just kind of yawn.
I'm just not sure Belichick, and I think
what would surprise you, I guess, is the question.
The biggest surprise will be Belichick coaching the Commanders. I can't even see him wearing maroon.
I can't, because that's home for him.
I just can't see. I just can't see him.
He's an Annapolis kid.
Yeah, I know that.
You understand the value of having that tied to the DMV.
I do.
Right? That it lingers on you.
And it's close, and he's kind of still in the. I could see him doing it, but I could see it doing it. But with Rob Myers,
perfectly Washington. Like it's
and Spielman. They're advising the owner.
Like him
I,
and Magic.
I think Harbaugh ends up in San Diego.
Imagine
I think a dark horse
Belichick
is Chicago.
and Magic Johnson holding press conferences in DC. It's
not happening. That's not the Magic Man.
I want that. Like I want
Bill Belichick. Listen, he's trying to win. I could see Bill.
I'm not gonna get it, but I like a part
I
of
can see
me,
him in Dallas.
Oh, I would throw up so hard.
I can see him in Dallas.
That would be different.
I can see Bill Belichick in San Diego. I can see Harbaugh. Only way he goes to Chicago is if he's told by the ownership that Kevin Warren's using gun. But I just don't see Kevin Warren hiring him. He knows too much about him. That's the hardest thing. Now, if Kevin Warren wasn't there, and still, big, or if he had, took another job, I could see him. That would be it.
Belichick in Tennessee cracks me up. It's just funny to me.
It feels wrong.
I know. That's why I think it's chaos.
It feels wrong.
The big question is who's going to make a move for Vrabel? And does somebody get rid of a established coach for Vrabel?
So that's
New England, then it's Philly.
That's Chicago.
Huh?
Vrabel to Chicago.
He fits there.
Settle. Right?
Tough guy.
Yeah,
He's done it before.
Right.
Salary cap. He gets to kind of.
He'll have the hoodie.
Do his thing.
He'll do all that.
Well, I think Vrabel fits Chicago if it ever could. He went to Ohio State, so he has some familiarity there. I think he could go to. It's just going to be. I don't think people thought that if I think people. This is the way it goes. A coach like Vrabel isn't a Black Monday firing because the ones that are fired on Monday are just Ron Rivera.
You were bad.
Right. It's just a matter of time.
Well, Schefter had a tweet saying that Vrabel went into like 6 teams tier 1 for options.
Right. That's how you know
Tennessee screwed up.
He's the option. He's the option in the NFL.
Well, what it is the other teams in the visiting box are like, man, that dude I like what he's done over the last however many
6 years or so.
Yeah. Now here's what you got to think. Who's the team that's going to get rid of an established coach and bring in Vrabel? That's going to hit the dominoes. Bill Belichick might not happen till like right before the draft because they're going to try to trade
Philly is the one that everybody in the East goes. Okay,
who's better in Dallas, Belichick or Vrabel?
Neither.
I don't think Jerry Jones.
Neither.
I don't think they would want to deal with Jerry Jones.
Yeah, they would beat Jerry Jones up. Both of those dudes would.
And
fight
the rest
Jerry
of the
Jones.
league rejoices.
Yeah, well, true. All that's fact.
The question is what right now is what coach that's established gets fired, and it doesn't matter if they're in the playoffs. What coach that's established gets fired or decides to mutually part ways? There's so many. If Buffalo doesn't say Buffalo loses to Pittsburgh, or they don't get, the owner could be like, man, you know what, McDermott, thank you, you've done it. We need something. You got to think, because if a player leaves, is a reflection of the coach. Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin, they could say, you know what, you've never had a losing season. You got us to the playoffs when everybody thought you'd be fired. There's tread there when people say that. I don't think you fire a guy like Mike, because if Mike Tomlin don't get fired in Pittsburgh, I can guarantee you he's the Commander's head coach. He fits that city.
Don't you play with my heart, Jay Foreman?
And then I'm telling you.
Listen, you want to get me back in the Commanders?
The very edge of DP's pinky toe is back out of the
Chicago
portal.
said they're bringing back old boy anyways. The Vikings, listen, you flew Harbaugh in there, and Harbaugh out-talked himself. He talked himself out of being the deal. You just won a national championship. Now I'm listening. Right? Because when Harbaugh flew the first time, he had just took a pay cut.
If Mikey 10 wins shows up in DC, I'm breaking out all the burgundy and gold. Let's get it. Let's get it.
DP gonna be percolating. You talk about fan camp, DP just gonna be going back and forth percolating.
I'll pull out the flag, the full 6-footer.
Yeah, you know how people put flags on their car and stuff. He's gonna have 2 flags out there.
Yeah, a full flag.
Oh man, Pete Carroll in Seattle. He wants to come back? Do they roll the dice with it? Do they miss the opportunity? There's a ton of conversations that are being had right now that could change the whole landscape of the league.
Jacksonville?
No, I think
Pyatt is on. He's on something. He said the Chargers have been it's a good opportunity. That place has been mismanaged for years. Imagine what a good coach would do in that situation. So,
and that can come in and stabilize that.
And he's
franchise.
right. They're right in that. There's no reason for San Diego not to be. And I said this 30 years ago, 20 years ago, that San Diego should be one of the most prominent and featured markets in the country, and it's just constantly
between
mediocre.
The Chargers, the Padres.
It's like the bad luck. Even the ones where they had that HBO sitcom with the dudes in there, the fake one, they kept losing in the championship.
It's always
or BET.
Yeah,
it was on BET. They kept losing. They were San Diego like surfers, and they couldn't win the championship at all.
Couldn't get over the hump. Well, because you can't have that kind of weather and
yeah, you can
all the good things and
you can
still win an NFL title. Like it's never happened.
Well, they're in Los Angeles now. They're like the 8th on down there. You will be doing nothing but playing football because the Rams
down to the Red Onion down at La Jolla. That was listen. San Diego had too much stuff going on. There's still too much stuff going on in San Diego.
Yeah, that's why they left.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting, man. These next
month
40, 72. Well, no, next week. The next week you're going to see heads because when people start losing. Then you're going to be like, I mean, coaches start moving.
Coordinators will start getting
and players
offers.
will know where they're going. And a lot of that stuff is reflective of what's happening upstairs. Anyways, good segment. You never know what's going to happen. We're waiting to come in here to see when the ball drops on Jim Harbaugh, so forth and so on.
We got to give away some Stars tickets, so we need one more trivia.
We got a trivia. I do have it.
Okay.
I do have it.
Okay.
The trivia is who has the most passing yards in a college football playoff championship game?
There you go.
Please do not. This is the layup now. Come on now. You only know a few people that could pass the
Michigan.
ball.
It's
no.
Nebraska.
It's what team passed for the most yards? Do not say Michigan. Do not say Nebraska. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and Jay. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start 2024 off on a high note by loading up on meat and more at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through January 9th is spend $40 and you'll get a free 14-ounce ribeye, limit of 3, and $1.50 off all KC Canning Company products. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Husker fans, your 4th-ranked Nebraska wrestling team needs you to pack the Bob Devaney Sports Center on Friday, January 12th for their Big Ten home opener and a top 5 matchup against number 2 Iowa. The duel will begin at 6:30, and the first 300 fans will receive a Nebraska wrestling shirt. For more information or to secure your tickets, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, So that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of snow and blowing snow, especially this morning. Otherwise cloudy and windy this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 23. Tonight, mainly cloudy and cold. We'll see a low of around 9. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies in the morning, but a slight chance of snow in the afternoon. We'll see a high of around 33. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. Let's see who won this.
What was the
Star
question?
Six?
What was your question?
Who had the most passing, or who's the most passing yards?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't got anybody. Hold on, let me refresh.
6540, I think, has it.
Let me see. I had to refresh. Yep, 6540. You got it. Joe Burrow and the LSU Tigers. It was a tune of like 525 yards or something like that. Easiest questions out there. I was trying to give you some Nebraska ties and also an easy layup. First one with Michigan.
That's Joel.
So congratulations. You got Stars tickets this weekend. 4 tickets for this weekend. Pick them up. Come on down to the ticket, 1040 O Street. But you know what? 2 hours goes by quick. And obviously a big announcements. We're going to be down there in Vegas covering the Super Bowl.
We're going to Super Bowl. We're going to bring you coverage. And if you want to be a part of it, reach out to Jake Sorensen. We're ready. We're excited. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it will be a lot of coverage for your company and to be a part of it. Plus, you will be getting live updates from Jake Sorensen and what it's like to be down in Vegas at the Super Bowl.
With Jay Foreman.
Oh, I'm interviewing Jake.
Yeah.
I'm going to interview. We're going to walk. We're going to do a thing that where we put it on YouTube or whatever. We're
just do a walkthrough.
We're doing we're walking towards the media center.
Oh, okay.
Check in. Jake, what are you feeling? Who do you want to see? As much as we're going to be down there doing some work and covering it, we're going to make a great experience for Jake.
And some Vegas. I'm gonna take him to see the Jabberwockies.
I don't even know what that is.
You know the dance group?
No.
Shaq danced with them at the NBA All-Star game.
Oh, that's when they're in the full body mask thing? Yeah.
Yeah, Jabberwocky.
It's like the Blue Crew or whatever.
Yeah. You need to take Jake to experience some other things.
Jake, we're thinking about you, man. Anyways, good show as always. Turn into Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday tomorrow. So
Let's
we'll have a lot
go Husker hoops. Let's get this dub.
Peacock, 8:00. Huskers, Purdue, #1 team coming in, going to get defeated by our Huskers. We're signing off. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll holler at you tomorrow.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.